Ooh, how you doing, how you doing, how you doing? Good to see ya, good to see ya. Ooh. I love that guy. Like, Ralph Clemente is one of my favorite people in the entire world. And I would have to put him up there with my mom and dad as being the biggest influences in my life. I was trying really hard. My name's Neil Bernard, by the way. I forgot to say hi. I was in Octavius's class and a couple other people, and somebody just yelled something. But, oh, cool. Well, it's hard to put into words the relationship I had with Ralph. By the way, my thing caught on fire, so I guess I'll put that in my pocket. So much for a candlelight ceremony. I met Ralph 9 years ago this week, and I know this because it was right before my 17th birthday. And I was on spring break with my parents. We drove 1,000 miles to check out film schools in Florida, because we were living in Ohio at the time, and I just wanted to get out of Ohio. I didn't want to live there anymore. I thought, California, New York, too much competition. Let's try Florida. And we checked out UCF, and we were driving to Full Sail, and on the way to Full Sail on University Boulevard, there's a little sign that says Valencia Community College this way. Oh, check that out. I heard that was a film school. So we drove down Econ Lacache Trail, and this was before they did the new parking lot. You could see the old film trucks from the road, and I was just like, wow, that's amazing. Let's go check that out. And so we parked and we walked in. Oh, I had to go to the bathroom, that's what it was. So I walked in the bathroom, and right across the hall from the bathroom was a little sign that said film department. And walked in there. I looked around, there's a lot of posters on the wall, and there's this old man. He's like, can I help you? I'm trying to be a film student. Oh, come on, sit down, sit down. And 3 hours later, my life was changed. I couldn't wait to get back to Florida. I spent my entire senior year of high school thinking and dreaming, and I had dreams about what Valencia would be like, and how awesome this school could be to me. And I was like, oh, everybody's going to different schools, and I'm like, I'm going to this place called Valencia, and they're like, what's that? Oh, Spielberg said it was great. Oh, Spielberg, okay, cool. My favorite director, by the way, so that won me over. I came here, I volunteered on as many films as I could. I think Terror Inside was the first one, and then H2 Extreme, and Out on Parole, and then got to be in the film program. And I already was hanging out with Ralph as much as I could inside the office, but in the film program, I couldn't get away from this guy. Ralph's magnetic energy is just so strong. There was a quote about Orson Welles. When he walked into a room, everybody just stopped what they were doing and looked. And I think John Anderson said that earlier about Ralph, and it's so true. Like, whatever you're doing, just, I couldn't stop learning from him, and he got to be my first boss too, which was incredible. And I'm honored and flattered that him and Travis Bell were my first bosses as a work study student. And there were a couple of really awesome moments between me and him, where there was nobody else there. There was one that I posted on Facebook today. I think I'll share real quick. I'm a huge film fan, 35 millimeter, 16 millimeter, and I was like, wow, this digital stuff. Let's go. Come on, Ralph, you're the sprockets guy. Let's go do this. And so I convinced him, hey, let's check out the old film machine, the old flatbed. And there was an old roll of Sealed with a Kiss that he grabbed, and he put it in, and I'd never seen this guy move so fast in my life. Like, this guy, he sits around all day. Oh man, on the film editing system, he's like, blah, 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 done. I'm like, whoa, okay. And he put this thing up the sound, and then ran it through, and of all people, Parker was on the film, little Parker. And yeah, and I was like, Parker, hey, Parker. Whoa, slow down, back up, whoa. That's all I heard in the background is Ralph's direction. Hey, Parker, move to the left, hey. And it was just me and Ralph sitting there. Nobody else saw this. And I was just watching him for a second, and he had a tear in his eye. He was watching his son, his little boy. And he was just gazing at the screen, and suddenly, snap! The whole machine broke. And we're like, what happened? And we looked underneath, and the belt snapped, and it never got fixed.
Wow.
So if anybody wants to help me fix this thing, I would love to get it running again. It's a beautiful machine, signed by Robert Wise. But there were a lot of memorable moments between me and him. But there was one very important one to me, and I'll just say this real quick and let somebody else have the mic. It was in 2012. My mom passed away from cancer. And Ralph said to me one of the coolest things ever. Because, we drove down from Ohio, where we were living at the time, and, as he would say, you guys drove down 1,000 miles 3 times. You drove 3 times. Nobody's done that. That's incredible. That's commitment, pal. And I love doing Ralph impressions, if you couldn't tell. I was doing them all week and just washing my hands. Oh, treat yourself. But, we go to the film festival. We go to Orlando Film Festival. I saw Dan Springen over here. We go to the film celebration. And, he would say hi to my parents as well. And every time we said bye to each other, even the last time, which was last November, I believe, walked him out to his car, and I said, I'll see you later. And he goes, say hi to your dad for me. And this magical thing happened, and this is something you would hear in a movie, and you wouldn't think this is real. At the funeral, I was taking me and some other people were taking the casket of my mom from the church into the hearse. We were walking into the hearse, and we put it, and we shut the door, and I was looking at my mom thinking, wow, this is real. My mom's in there. This is pretty horrible. This is a weird day in my life. And suddenly, without warning, these motorcycle cops just going, wee, 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 and they drove down Orange Avenue, Orange and Robinson, where the church is, and they kept doing a circle in the intersection, and I was like, is that our motorcade? What is that? And they drove by, and I thought, oh, that's weird. And suddenly, of all things, a camera car drove by. It was a flatbed truck with a convertible and 2 actors in it, and a camera, a big camera, and a whole crew just driving right by my mom's funeral. I went, what are the odds of that happening? And the sign on the side, I was like, who on earth is making a film in Orlando? The sign on the side of the truck said Valencia Motion Pictures. And the film, believe it or not, was called An Act of God. And I told Ralph that story in 2012, and he said that was one of the best stories he's ever heard in his life, and probably in his top 5. And I heard his story, so I was very flattered, very honored to be among his top 10, top whatever. And he has a very special place in my heart, and you always will be, pal. Hey. Ralphie, I know you're up there. Hey, I love you, pal. Treat yourself.